Planet Velvet wants to hear from you. That's right, you. You've got questions? I've got answers, I think. So please, send all wrestling-related questions along with social media handles to this email address, ceo@planetvelvet.net. One selected question will be read every week on Planet Velvet. Hey everybody, what's up and welcome to Planet Velvet. I, of course, am Velvet, here to give you the 411 on pro wrestling, in my opinion. As always, I encourage each and every one of you to please follow me on social media at Velvet478. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, I'm there, all right? I'm there. You follow me, I follow you. That is how networking works, all right? Just getting you guys prepped for what looks to be the kickoff of about 3 great weekends of pro wrestling that are about to happen, all right? This Saturday, WWE, NXT, and AEW will both be having shows, all right? WWE will be having TakeOver 30, all right? And AEW will have an edition of Dynamite airing on Saturday, August 22nd, all right? Now, this is very indicative of some back-in-the-day moves. Remember, if you're old enough or young enough, if you're not old enough, WWE held, I think it was WrestleMania 5, and WCW, which was the NWA back in those days, held a Clash of the Champions. And very good shows, both very good shows, very historic shows. And so it was a very good head-to-head battle in what I've been forced to call the Wednesday Night War. I didn't want to call it that at first, but AEW is really doing some big things, man. And this is some really good strategy on their part, all right? So it's going to be very interesting to see what response both of these shows are going to have, all right? The next night, August 23rd, SummerSlam, WWE's annual Summer Extravaganza, will emanate from the same place that TakeOver is emanating, and that's Orlando, Florida's Amway Center, all right? The next weekend, which is August 30th, WWE will present another pay-per-view, WWE Payback. Now, with the exception of like maybe Tuesday in Texas years ago, this is like the first time in a long time I've seen pay-per-views follow each other this quick, a week's turnaround with WWE. That's saying something, all right? And then the weekend after that, September 6th, AEW presents All Out. So you guys just buckle in and get ready for some great professional wrestling action, all right? And I keep telling you guys, man, wrestling is a magic show. All this entertainment, all this joy, all this opportunity to escape reality. Don't sit back and try to figure out how the magician is doing his tricks. Just enjoy the damn show, okay? It's professional wrestling, but most importantly, it's entertaining. Let it entertain you, all right? So, I got a question, all right? I've been asking you guys to send me questions at ceo@planetvelvet.net or on my DM on Facebook, all right? And I got a question from a good friend of mine, Darnell Cool Breeze Anderson. That's my guy, man. Long-time wrestler, wrestling champion, real good guy, all right? And he sends me this question, and I'm going to kind of paraphrase it because it was actually kind of long. And he knows this, all right? He asked, why was John Cena over, all right? He said he's seen all the greats of the game, but Cena always came off corny to him. And he never understood why John Cena was over. And I think it's a complex answer. It's a really complex answer. John Cena, for fans of his, was what Hulk Hogan was to his fans back in the day before we found out he was a dick, all right? John Cena was a guy that was larger than life and appealed to a lot of children in an era that focused on a lot of kids, because the golden era and the PG era mimic each other in that way, that they had a figurehead that appealed to children. So John Cena appealed to children. WWE is a corporate entity, and John Cena was a very safe face to have as the face of the company. Didn't stir up a whole lot of controversy during his major runs as WWE and World Heavyweight Champion. Did a lot of Make-A-Wish visits. So John Cena was a really good guy, you know, to be the face of the organization. And that's probably why he was over like he was. That's part of the reason, but that's not the only reason. If you remember, Hulk Hogan always got criticized for only being able to do 5 moves. all right? But if you watch him over in Japan, he was putting on a show in IWGP. Like, that guy could actually wrestle. And John Cena is the same way. Like, he wrestled in OVW and was trained by some really good guys. But it's always, in wrestling, whatever works, works. Keep it simple, stupid. And John Cena's 5 moves of doom, they work for him. And they appeal to kids. And they appeal to a lot of people. And it wasn't just kids. It was the ladies that liked John Cena too. Like, people don't want to admit it, but chicks dug John Cena. A lot of them were pissed when he was messing with the Bella girl, whichever one of them it was. I can't tell them apart. But John Cena has an appeal that is indicative of the time he was popular and the people that he was, you know, gravitating towards, or those that were gravitating toward him. And I just don't think he gets a lot of credit. I myself have been critical of John Cena. But having been in the business and knowing the business and all that kind of stuff, even if it's on an indie level, because I'm not going to sit up here and try to pretend that I've been in WWE or anything. But the reality of the situation is the business is very complex. No matter how much we think we know about it, there's always more to learn, especially on higher levels than any of us indie guys have ever ascended to. So that's why I think John Cena was popular, man. You know, he appealed to a lot of people. And, you know, his good far outweighed his bad. Remember when Rob Van Dam finally got the ball after being Intercontinental Champion and Hardcore Champion and doing his thing? WWE gave him the ball and run with it, and what happened? He got caught with drugs, and they took both of those belts off him immediately. You understand what I'm saying? So John Cena's a safe guy. He's a good corporate guy. He does really good work, and he has universal appeal. So that's why he was over. And plus, guy works his ass off. So you can't take that away from him, all right? Thank you so much, Cool Breeze, for that question. And ladies and gentlemen, as always, if you have a question for me, please send it to my email, ceo@planetvelvet.net. Or if your friends with me on Facebook, you can DM me, all right? Facebook name, Anthony Velvet Hall, all right? Now, my schedule's getting kind of crazy and all that kind of stuff, and I've been live tweeting with a lot of folks. So I'm just going to chop off my live tweeting and just say I'm going to do it on Wednesdays. But this coming Saturday, I will be live tweeting between both shows, all right? So be sure to follow me on Twitter @Velvet478 so we can live tweet on Wednesdays and this coming Saturday, all right? You talk to me, I talk to you. I want to hear what you guys have to say, all right? I got my gym clothes on, and this ain't just for show. I'm about to go in the gym and get down, all right? I will see you guys soon, all right? Peace and blessings.